Hey guys, Magic Master here, and today, before I get into the trick, I just want to cover a couple of things. First of all, to all my loyal subscribers out there, I apologize for not uploading in a few days because I've been visiting with family. Second of all, I've reached 10 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for that. It means a lot to my little channel. Credit to CardShuffler99 for this trick. Go check out their channel and subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into the performance. So I'm going to have my assistant come in, and she's going to cut off about half of the deck. Okay, now pick the half you would like. Okay, go ahead, shuffle it up, and then pick out 4 cards and place them on the table, and I will do the same thing. One... Okay. Now, I will need your hands. Go ahead and pick a card for yourself. Okay. Pick another card for yourself. Pick a card for me. Pick another card for me. Pick a card for yourself. Pick a card for me. Now, I want you to pick a card. Okay, I'll take that one, you can have this one. So, I have a 4, a 7, a king, and another 7. So, not too bad. I got a pair of 7s. What do you have? The 4 aces. Alright guys, that was the trick, and let's get right into the tutorial. So, this trick does require a setup. You're going to need to get out 2 4-of-a-kinds. I just like to use the aces and the kings because they're high-ranking cards, but you can use a 4-of-a-kind of 7s and a 4-of-a-kind of 4s. You can use whatever you want. I just like to use the aces and kings. 1 4-of-a-kind goes on top of the deck. The other 4-of-a-kind goes on the bottom. And now you're ready. So, when you go out, you can do some false cuts or whatever. Just make sure you keep the 4-of-a-kinds on top and bottom of the deck. And then what you want to do is you ask the spectator to cut about half of the deck. So they do that. Now you have to remember where the 4-of-a-kinds are. I know there's a 4-of-a-kind on top over here, and there's a 4-of-a-kind on the bottom on this pile. So then you ask them what pile they would like. Let's just say they said they wanted this pile. So, you know the 4-of-a-kind is on the bottom here. So, you know the 4-of-a-kind is on top here. So, they want this pile. Then you tell them to shuffle it up and pick out 4 cards, just keeping it face down. So, they can truly mix up their pile. And they can pick out whatever 4 random cards. But then, while they're doing that, let's just pretend they're still shuffling and picking out their cards. You want to pick out this 4-of-a-kind. But you don't want to just deal the 4 cards from the top. That might look a little suspicious. So you can do like a cut or whatever. Just make sure when you spread through, you know where your 4-of-a-kind is. So I know my 4-of-a-kind is right here. So then you're spreading through, and you can cut it again if you want to get 2 of the cards on top and 2 of the cards on bottom, and then you can cut it again, whatever you want to do. Just make sure you know where your 4-of-a-kind is. So I know it's right here. And then you want to pick out that 4-of-a-kind. So you can go 1, 2, and then pretend to spread this way a little bit, and then pick out 3. You can go a little bit this way, and 4. So now you should both have picked out 4 cards. So the 4 cards you picked out are the 4 of a kind. And then they just picked out whatever random cards. So then you take your 4 of a kind and set it on top of their 4 cards. So then when you ask them, you take the 2 cards off the top of the deck and you ask them to pick a card for yourself. You can rub it against their hands. And you will be forcing one of your 4 of a kind on them, no matter what. So let's just say they pick that one. Okay. Then you take the other card, set it on the bottom of the pile. Then you take the next 2 cards. Once again, you're forcing 4 of a kind. So then they pick this one. Then you set it on the bottom of the pile once again. Then you ask them to pick a card for you. And it doesn't matter, it'll just be a random card. So they pick this one for you. Then you set the next card on the bottom of the deck. And then once again, it doesn't matter what the cards are. You ask them to pick for you, they pick that. Set the card on the bottom of the deck. So far, you've done it for them twice, and you've done it for you twice. The next 2 cards you take will be for them once again. So you're forcing 4 of a kind. They pick that one. Set it on the bottom. So then you ask them to pick for you. It's a random card again. Let's say they pick that. So then what you do is you ask them to pick a card. So now you've got a random card and then a card that is part of your 4 of a kind. You want to give this card to them. This is Magician's Choice. So if they pick this one, you can say, all right, you can have this one, I'll take this one. If they pick this one, which is your 4 of a kind, you can say, okay, you can take that and I'll take this one. So then what you do is you flip over your cards and you say, okay, I've got a king, a king, a king, and a 4. Doesn't really matter what they are. And you say, okay, I've got 3 of a kind. I've got 3 kings. If you had 2 sevens, you could say, I've got a pair of 7s. That's pretty good. Then you say, let's see what you have. And they'll flip it over, and it will be 4 of a kind. Alright guys, that was the trick. Hope you liked it, and I will see you next time.